What is going on, everyone? Today we're back with Emily again. Say hello.
Hello.
So if you guys had actually watched one of my last streams, I did actually give not even a hint. I basically just said what we were going to do on video. Basically, Emily is a sealed collector of pretty much all things Pokemon. Like, if it's sealed, if you can get your hands on it, she will try to get her hands on it, or probably already has it by now at this point. She's got a pretty large sealed collection, and we just thought it would be a really, really good idea to just show it off for you guys in a video. Yes. Yeah, so we got like a lot of things here. I've got like 3 ETBs full. We've got a bag full of stuff over there. We've got booster packs. We've got cars. We've got everything. As I say, we're not going to be giving a lot of details, like specifically price, because
Yeah, avoid the value of things. That's not why I do it.
Like, exactly. Like, it's not necessarily about the money. Some things are genuinely expensive and some things are genuinely rare, but it's not the value that, especially for me at least, doesn't drive me to go and buy them. What drives me to go and buy them is if it's something that I just genuinely think is really, really cool. And besides, you just pretty much buy anything you don't have.
Yeah, I feel the gaps.
So we're just going to start off here. I'm not going to show you guys all of this because, as you can see, there is a lot in here, right? I'm just going to pull them out from the back to the front, and we'll kind of just work our way down. So the first one, I already know what the first one is. Actually, before we do that, I've the newest one that she has. Literally, we bought it the other day.
I think it was yesterday, wasn't it?
It was yesterday. And this is Battle Styles. So this isn't anything spectacular. This is going to be, you know, well, pretty new. Like, pretty like current for a lot of people. Just gonna move my camera, actually move it over here. There we go. It's gonna be pretty current for a lot of people, so these aren't anything spectacular, but for those that don't know, this is the newest set currently out at the moment. I think it only came out maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe. So number 1, we have a Detective Pikachu pack. Now, can you remember if this is the movie pack or if this is the one you got out of the box? I think it's the movie one.
I'm pretty certain, yeah, this is the one that they gave out at the cinemas because there's 2 cards in it. Whereas in the one in the box that you're talking about, the case files, I'm pretty certain you got 3 per pack. So
right, and I think they were blue, weren't they?
Sure this is, yeah, I'm 99% sure this is the cinema.
Right, so we're back. One thing, we've closed the curtains because the sun just got awfully bright. Second of all, the reason why we the main reason why we cut was I was looking at the pack, and while showing it to you guys, I noticed that the back, I've taken it out of the sleeve just so I could see it better, but I noticed that the TCG logo was scraped off, or like had some sort of marker or ink over it. And at first I thought, oh, maybe it's resealed, or the seller has done this, or whatever. And we've looked it up, and they're all like this. Aren't they? They're like all like this.
Yeah, every single one.
Which is really, really weird. But what I'm thinking, I think you made a good suggestion, is because it was like given away, and these were probably initially supposed to be sold, right?
Yeah, I would say those probably meant to be part of the case file, but they changed last minute.
So I think this is I think you probably put these at the back for a reason. I think this might be your favorite set, or your nostalgia set.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Steam Siege. So, I mean, you know a lot about Steam Siege. I never opened Steam Siege. Do you know roughly when they came out? Like the
Yeah, this was the first set I ever bought, so this would have come out when I had my first job at the charity shop, so it would have been summer 2016. And what's really upsetting is this set, along with Fates Collide, which came out about the same time, is not notable. It's still really cheap to buy. I've got the shiny Mega Gardevoir. I just think the set was brilliant, but I'm looking at it through nostalgia goggles, I think.
I never opened the set. I heard there's a lot of people that don't like it. I'm pretty sure.
Don't like it. It's not looked back on.
I'm pretty sure there's a video. I think it was. I can't remember who it was, but literally titled "Opening Steam Siege," but I'm not allowed to get disappointed. And it's sad because it does genuinely have some very, very cool cards. Like you've got Yveltal, you've got Xerneas, you've got, you know, Volcanion. I think I got the Volcanion card. It's okay.
The
but
secret rare is very nice.
The Gardevoir is nice.
It's a shiny Gardevoir and no one likes this set.
Exactly. Well, the next one we have is another X and Y set, and it's Primal Clash. Now, again, I don't know much about this set. I know it's got I think this is around the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire game, so it's actually well into Gen 6. As I said, I for a while during the X and Y phase, I wasn't collecting any cards. I had stopped for a bit.
Whereas I was just beginning.
Yeah.
So I'm recognising a lot of these.
But, I mean, I don't really know much about this set. I'm not sure if there were like what cards were in the set as such. Like I'm just having a look.
I think the chase cards. This was before Charizard was like the chase card for every single set.
Yeah.
And I think anyone that's opened these will know exactly what the chase cards are, and it's the Full Art Kyogre and the Full Art Groudon.
So it says
and they
here.
Are absolutely beautiful cards. They really are.
So it says here you've got Primal Groudon EX and Primal Kyogre EX.
Yeah, Full Art cards, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And I really, really wish that I had them.
Mega God of War EX, Mega Aggron EX. So I'm the reason why I like the X and Y sets a lot is because I like the design of the full art cards. I like I think that it was more, I don't know, this was kind of like the last set which I get that nostalgia vibe off of, like the Sun and Moon stuff and the Sword and Shield stuff obviously is very recent, so I don't get as much like nostalgia off of it. The next pack is Evolutions. Now Evolutions is kind of, it came out around the same time I believe as was it the anniversary set, the 20th anniversary?
This was the one that everyone thought was the anniversary set, but turned out not to be. And what they did is a fantastic idea. This is before the day of scalpers, and what they did, they purposely overprinted it to make sure the value stayed low. And although it's quite expensive now based on the nature of what it is,
compared to other cards, it's still fairly cheap.
We don't really have that same vibe. I think X and Y, like you, is my nostalgia set. But obviously people who were in their 20s, 30s when this came out would have found this great because they're reliving their cards. The Hollow Charizard in there is worth, you know, loads. But they purposely reprinted it. And even now you're finding them in tins if you're lucky enough.
Yep.
So no scalpers.
Hidden Fates. I have sunk so much money into this set. I am so close to completing it. I have the Charizard. I've got everything else. But even though I'm at the point where I probably don't need to open packs, I could probably just fill up my collection with, you know, singles or whatever.
Just buy the rest.
Opening Hidden Fates is so fun. Unless you get like multiple
Rainbow Birds.
I mean, there's not really much to say about Hidden Fates other than
Everyone knows the deal with Hidden Fates.
It is the set that kind of started this whole scalping thing. It kind of kicks it off. Not when it first come out. When it first come out, they were fairly easy to get their hands on, but maybe over
people started to realise how popular Pokemon was getting.
Oh yeah.
And because these were readily available at the time, they just snapped them all up and started to send them. We were seeing trainer boxes like £90, £180, £300, and people were buying them. People were actually paying people £500 for a pre-order that hadn't even been released yet. And I urge you not to do this for any set because there's no guarantee you'll get it, and secondly, they'll probably be a quarter of that price. So never, ever, ever buy it for that much.
So I've just gotten the second ETB, guys. As you guys can see, we've got ETBs galore back here. But we're on to the next set, which I didn't open, but I really like the artwork. This is probably my favourite X and Y artwork. And it has to be Ancient Origins. A shiny Groudon, a shiny Primal Groudon, a Tyranitar Mega, a Hooper Unbound, and a shiny Mega Rayquaza.
Now, if you remember this, I had the first three, didn't I?
Yes.
And what was the one that I had to go hunting for?
This one.
Exactly, because no one was selling the shiny Mega Rayquaza one.
I think this is
I think that one cost me the same price as the other two.
Yep. I think this is an example of a set where, like, a couple of the artworks are just, you know, you can find these all the time. But then there's one artwork that's just, like, double the value of pretty much anything else in the set. And this is just a prime example of that. I mean, there's not really much to say about primal example of this set, but
Dad jokes.
So we're on our maybe second to last English pack, and these are going to be Roaring Skies. Now, I don't know much about the set, but I'm not a big fan of the artworks, but I know some of the cards in here are absolutely gorgeous.
Is now a good time to confess I've never actually opened Roaring Skies.
You've never opened Roaring Skies, so...
I might have opened one in a tin that I bought from Tesco that had a load of reprints in. This was just ending as I started collecting, so I might have opened one. I'm not even... Is it the Fossil Researcher card that I've got? The misprint one? Is that in the set? I can't remember. I know it's from X and Y. Is it Furious Fit? Because it's cropped where I can't see the symbol. It's definitely called Fossil Researcher.
Now we're on to... So we have 4 packs here. And to say that these packs were expensive, okay,
Understand?
yeah, and to say
A
that
little one.
they're like, I know we're not talking about exact prices at the moment, but to say that I paid what I paid and they're worth nearly double what I paid for these for a gift for her now is something. And I'm pretty sure you know what these are.
I absolutely know what these are.
These are Generations. So these are the 20th anniversary booster packs, which people did not expect. These. Being that we're in that, I think it's very fitting we're looking at these, being that we're at the 25th anniversary now. We get all these 25th anniversary stuff.
I feel so happy.
I wasn't collecting cards when these come out. I was kind of on a break from collecting Pokemon cards or whatever. I think I was more playing the games or whatever, but it was around the time that I started getting back into it. And to see these, and I've never opened a Generations pack. I'm never going to open a Generations pack. I couldn't do it.
Right, you're not.
I couldn't do it. But this set is probably, and it will be for a very long time, one of the most collectible sets, because
Well, it will have to be for the nature of what it is.
yeah, it was not printed a lot. They didn't overprint. They typically don't things like this. They want them to be limited run. They want them to be kind of like that it's almost like a set that makes someone get into the game. Even if they know they could never get into collecting this particular set, it makes them want to start collecting, right? Because you don't want to miss a drop like this, right? When the anniversary comes, you don't want to be the person that can't get their hands on them. You want to make sure you can.
Well, I'm pretty certain these were a holiday set. I don't remember ever buying these individually. I bought, as you know, the collection boxes. I think they were called the Red and Blue collection. I had the Charizard. I've still got the promos. I had the Blastoise, the Pikachu, and the Venusaur. And God, do I regret opening them. That's all I'm going to say.
There's going to be a lot of people.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people that regret opening them, and I feel for you.
So, the last thing we have is another sampling pack, and this is also going to be transitioning us into the Japanese packs. Now, we haven't got many Japanese packs, but we have got some here. And the first Japanese pack we have is the Astonishing Volteca Japanese sampling pack, kind of, isn't it?
Do you remember how long it took to get one of these?
Yes, this took us a while to get our hands of. What's odd is because in Japan, sampling packs are actually more valuable because they're very few and far between. There's not a lot of sampling packs of sets in Japan. They don't typically do them. And they did it for a set which happened to be one of the most popular Japanese sets and English sets of the Sword and Shield expansion, which is obviously
and you had to buy them,
yes.
Did they give you 3? I can't remember how many they gave you, but they gave you a set.
And you get a chance to get a special Pikachu card in here, right?
Yep, there's five cards you can get. A few commons, non-holos, holo Pikachus, and then the fat Japanese VMAX alternate art Pikachu. So it's exactly the same as the Vivid Voltage one, but it's in a different position. I think it's got its hands out rather than hands in. I'm not quite sure what the difference is, but at the time that was nearly an £100 card. It was ridiculous.
So next up we have my favourite set of all time. This is the set that got me back into collecting Pokemon cards. And Emily has a sealed booster pack of it, and it is Phantom Forces. Undoubtedly, Phantom Forces in Japan. Okay. Undoubtedly my favourite set because A, it has Gengar on it, and B, it has some of the coolest cards in it. I think you agree. It has got some very, very nice cards in it.
I've probably opened 2 of these packs, and this was at a time before quite understood the beauty of cards. Got to be honest. But I know the cards you're talking about.
You've got the Gengar, you've got the Manectric, you've got Malamar as well, I believe. There's
Malamar EX.
There's some really, really cool cards in here. Okay, so next up we have Dream League, which is the half of Cosmic Eclipse. It's got those cards that we were talking about before.
Yeah, the trainers in.
The trainer cards as well. It's, again, didn't really hold much value, and then over the last maybe 2-3 months has just skyrocketed because of the same reasons we mentioned earlier for Cosmic Eclipse. I like the set.
I like it as well. It's the sort of set, again, wish I had a booster box.
Oh, 100%. I think a booster box right now is probably ranging from about, pretty close to £100 right now.
I wouldn't want to know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really, really nice set. The pack art is like, it's okay as far as pack
I
art
quite
goes.
like it. I think it's quite cool.
It's very much like the style, as you'll see here, the Japanese style packs have kind of got that very similar
It's like
look
a
to them.
manga. Like it's in a comic.
Yeah, yeah, and you can tell that they just kind of, and the one thing I do like about the Japanese packs is they're a little bit more free with their art, and it's a bit more over the top, and I like that though. Our ones are obviously more kind of tailored and more kind of, you know,
You get one Pokemon each on the artwork.
Yeah.
Here, it's sort of, instead of just showing you, a Charizard, that means there's a Charizard in the set. This shows you a lot of the main cards rather than just the one that they want people to
like you're
focus
seeing
on.
a trainer here. Well, that is the end of our Pokemon packs. Now we move on to the sealed cards, which,
It only gets better from here, folks.
yes. Right, so now we're going to be moving on to the bigger stuff and the actual sealed cards themselves. Now we have we're on a different day now. I've had a shave, so I'm all beautifully smooth.
Wow, you've had a shave.
I
Must be Christmas.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten rid of the homeless look, really. But the plan is now to be going on to the bigger stuff. Now we've got some really, really big stuff. We've got a lot of sealed collectibles right now, guys. So yeah, let's just move straight on to it. So the first one we're going to move on to, I can't show you on the desk because it's so big. And the first one is this. So this is the Astonishing Volt Tackle. It's like a promo pack.
It
but
was an Easter thing. I think it was an Easter, like this time last year they were releasing them as an Easter set in Japan. You got the 5 boosters in there and the sealed Pikachu card, so it is quite unique. I don't know any other sets. Yeah, that's the card on the back, and you get a coin that's sealed as well. I don't know any other set. Maybe they've done it in the past, but I am not familiar with any other time they've done this. It's a really great collectible item. I would say it's probably one of the most unique ones that I've got.
It's
a
really
great
good.
set, as we were discussing in the last video. But the promo card, even the sealed coin is surprisingly selling for quite a bit of money. I'm not really sure why. It's just a Pikachu coin. But hey, if you pick one up, it's a great thing to have in your collection.
And we
definitely.
actually have the card here that we're going to show you guys, because you've got a sealed
we
version
bought
of it.
two.
Yes, I've got the card as well and the coin, but we'll be showing you the card in a little bit. So the next thing is the next biggest thing, which again I can't show you guys, and I've never actually seen. Like I've seen it because it was delivered to me, but I had no idea what this is. You may have to tell me a little bit about this. But it's
I can go. Okay. So I'm not actually quite sure what this is either.
so you can tell over here that
It's a
got.
Sun and Moon. It's a Sun and Moon promo card set, and that's about all I know. I'm pretty certain these were just in your average card store. I don't think these were anything special. I don't think you won them as a competition. I think you just walked into a Japanese card store and picked these up with the release of Sun and Moon. That's about all I can give you.
But I just thought that these look
Not
really
in a
cool.
set like this. That's why I liked it so much.
Oh, no.
Obviously, Sun and Moon are some of my favourite games. So I thought I'd have to have one.
And you can see they advertise on the back. They actually advertise in the starter decks.
Yeah.
The next one over here is another Sun and Moon thing, which again I'm not 100% sure what this is. But
You should know what it is.
But it's this.
You got that with the pre-order of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
So I
games.
didn't pre-order these games. I bought these about a
okay.
week after release, so I've never seen these.
Yeah, I had to do some digging online to get one of these. I didn't pre-order it either, as you know. But I thought, do you know what? The statue's adorable. You've got the Sword and Shield one. I really wanted the Sun and Moon one. And luckily I found a guy that was selling them for a decent price, and he was a nice guy as well. So I picked them up while I could.
But it looks cool. Like you've got the starters or whatever. It just looks very, really cool. The next things we have, these kind of go together. So I'm going to show these both at the same time. I think I bought these both for you, but
Yep.
it would be these. So
The Koro ones.
yes, so if you guys don't know, Korokoro is a magazine in Japan, and they typically do Pokemon promos quite often. But these ones are pretty old. These are Neo. I'm not
I
sure.
think these are Neo Genesis.
They-
I think
they
when
might-
the babies were introduced, there's a Pichu card that goes with it as well.
But yeah, you can see here that it's got the original design for the Pokemon card. I won't open it, but I'm just gonna like do this. There we go. You
Oh,
can
you
see.
can pull it out if you want to. I don't mind.
I don't trust myself. But you can see you've got the original design for the Pokemon card in Japan here. And you can see we've got Sizzle here, which unfortunately, because of the way it is, you're never ever going to actually see the card. You can only kind of get a look at what the card looks like here. And the same thing goes for Cleffa over here. But
That's what's a bit upsetting about these old promos. I'll never see the beautiful card inside. I'll just have to imagine what it looks like.
and then the next one we have, which is a Neo Genesis. I think this is a Neo Genesis. So I don't know what this is.
This is a Marill promo.
So this would have been probably the equivalent.
You can't really see it behind the big card, but if you try and tip it, you might be able to see the blue or the name if you tip it downwards.
No, I'm not going to try to do that too much. But what?
See the name.
I'll put like a actual image of what the card looks like on screen so you guys can see. But yeah, so I believe this is the English version of the Mario one that I was telling you about, because they did it for Neo Genesis as well. And it's so weird how they used to do promos back then, like in these massive, obviously because they wanted to advertise the set, right? So their way of advertising the set would be, having this massive thing that's talking about the Neo Genesis expansion. And you can see all the baby Pokemon. For example, we've got the Cleffa one, we've got, all of that. And I just think it's really, really cool. So the next one we have here is probably my favorite out of these. And I absolutely love this. It is an Arceus promo from 2009, I think it is.
Yeah, this is the Diamond and Pearl
2009
promo from the cinemas in Japan.
Yes, so they gave these out for people that went to go watch the movies in Japan, and you can see here that there was a multiple different cards that you could get in the set. Now, obviously, the one you would want is the level X. We think we came to the conclusion that it's this one, isn't it, based on the number?
Yeah, we unfortunately haven't got the level X one.
But you can see it also comes with like a poker chip, which is cool because you've got the HP or whatever. But it's one of those very niche things and just very cool things they do in Japan. Like they even advertising like an arcade machine which looks like a Pokeball, and they
looks like a Poke Walker.
Yeah, they were actually made by Tomy, by the looks of it. At least a lot of this was done by Tomy, but that's actually really, really cool. And so I don't know what this says on here, but it's probably talking about Arceus, talking about the movie, and
it's to do with the chip. I think the reason Tomy were in promotion with this is because I'm pretty certain with most of these promo cards at the time, the chips, you put them into an arcade machine, and it gave you a little toy or a little sweet or something to do with that. So you could put that in and turn the machine, and like we get in the UK, it'd come out with a capsule with either a toy or something else inside. I think that's what the idea of them were.
Yeah. So the next one we have up is probably the newest one I think you have. We have only had this for a couple of weeks, maybe, and it is the Chinese New Year pack.
Yes.
Now, this is odd because it's almost like the Astonishing Volt Tackle booster pack, because it has a lot of similar cards in it, right? It has all of the different Pikachus in it, but there is another card that potentially in it that's worth a lot more.
Yeah, a ridiculous amount more.
Would you like to tell us what it is?
It's not a reprint of any card either. It's an original card just for this special promo pack.
So yeah, it's a gold card, isn't it?
It's a gold card.
It's
a gold tag team card.
It is the Zekrom Pikachu card. Now, if you guys remember, I actually opened the half art and the full art alternate art version of that card, but this version of it, I'll try to find a photo of it and put it on screen. It
looks amazing.
It's like, imagine what gold cards look like at the moment in the Sword and Shield set, but like better. It looks...
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the outline, isn't it? They only show you the outline of the Pokemon. I think it's in black. Oh my god, it looks amazing.
These, as far as I'm aware, it's the only Chinese Pokemon cards thing you own, right?
Yeah, I didn't intend. I was in 2 months to buy it simply because it was Chinese. But again, it's niche. I think it's quite cool. You probably wouldn't find anything like this in Japan, and the Chinese New Year is a great celebration anyway. So why not just add it to the collection? It's the right time of year. And who knows, we might actually have the Zekrom and Pikachu in there, but I'm not going to open it to find out.
No, and the good thing is because it's nice to see, because this was distributed in Hong Kong, what they do out there in all these different countries and whatever. And it's nice to see them kind of embracing the culture and giving Pikachu kind of like the traditional outfit, and it looks it's pretty. I don't know, it looks really, really cool, actually. I think this is probably my favourite looking sealed product that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it looks amazing, doesn't it? It looks like the red envelopes they give out around Chinese New Year. I think that was the idea.
The next one we have, and this one's a pretty modern one. I've already got 2 of these, I think I've got, but it's EVV Max.
Oh, we've seen a lot of these lately, haven't we?
Yeah, we won't talk about this one too much, but if you guys don't know, the newest collection set is Shining Fates, and this is the promo card that you get in the Elite Trainer box, and it's just the EVV Max. It's just a really, really cool card. Not as valuable as, say, the Charizard that's in the Champions Path one, or even the birds that are inside the Hidden Fates one, which we'll be taking a look at some point.
I love Eevee, you know I love Eevee. I had to get it really. Unfortunately, I was silly and I bought this at the time where it was still pretty new out. I paid nearly £10 for this card, and now you can pick them up for dirt cheap. So if you want one and you're not going to get a Shining Fates Elite Trainer box, definitely pick one up. They shouldn't cost you more than £4. But I think it's a lovely card. It's Eevee, it's fluffy, it's big. What isn't to love?
Now we have a lot of these, so we're going to try to go through these kind of quickly and not talk about them too much. But the next one we have is the first. Is it a Meiji promo?
Yeah, these are Meiji promos.
Right. So
they are in chocolate bars in Japan. They are very lucky out there. You buy a chocolate bar and you actually get cards inside. It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
yes, so we have a few of them here. Now these are all distributed in very, very different years and various different generations, right? There are newer ones, and you can see that all you've got them. Some of them from like kind of the Gen 4 days. You've got Gen 3 cards here. We've also got the two newest ones, which have only arrived today, which were Mr. Mime, which you absolutely love Mr. Mime, right? You think it's
because it looks like a ditto.
And then we've got Marshtomp, and you can see like a lot of these, most of these I believe are Gen 3, other than the Chatot and the Shinx, which look to be in the Gen 4 style of cards. But I mean, there's not really much to say about them. Like you can see here, we've got Diamond and Pearl promo.
I think the Slowpoke is the oldest one.
We've got PCGP, which I'm assuming is like just Gen 3, so it's gonna be like Fire Red, Leaf Green. We've got an ADV promo, which again is another Gen 3 set, I believe. And then same for that. And then same for that one. Marshtomp, I believe, is probably the same. Yep, Chatot is probably going to be the same as Shinx. And then Mr. Mime as well. The PCGP. So there's a lot of these. There's a lot more than what we have here. Some of them are a lot harder to come by than others. I mean, which one out of these is your favourite?
I've got to be honest, probably the Mr. Mime that came today. I know the Pikachu one is very, very hard to find and very sought after. Actually, no, the seller I bought these off had maybe 8 or 9. There was a Pikachu, there was a Rayquaza, like they sold like hotcakes, and unfortunately quite a bit above my budget. But I managed to snag them too. I think they're fantastic. I definitely want to be buying more Meiji promos in the future. I think they're lovely. They're really niche. The art on them is lovely. I'm not sure if they're reprints. I don't recognise any of them. I'm pretty certain they're made especially for the set. But honestly, they never disappoint. I love them.
They are absolutely cool. And you even see every single one of them has actually got Meiji written on them.
Yeah, it has the stamp in the corner and the date and whatnot.
Which is odd, because usually for promo cards, you wouldn't usually get something like that. Usually you would just have, promo on the bottom right and whatever. But for these particular ones, they've actually put Meiji on there, which is actually really, really cool. Next up, we have a Love Disc promo. Now, I've never seen this before. Do you have any idea what it's from? It's the same set or the same era as some of those Meiji promos.
Yeah, now this card is a little bit special. The guy that sold it to me is a Japanese still collector, and I always keep in touch with him about what cards he's selling. And this one I was very lucky to get. He told me that it was a prize. In Japan they usually held tournaments. I've got a few of these tournament cards. I'm pretty sure this is a Victory Road promo. I don't know a lot about the Victory Road competition in Japan. I just know that if you were a TCG player, you could go and play, and if you did well, if you're a finalist or a semi-finalist, this would have been one of the prizes for either entering or getting to the final. I'm not quite sure how good you have to be to get it, but not many of these are hanging about these days because of how hard they were to come by. Not many of them were printed, to my knowledge.
Absolutely lovely card, though. So the next up we have now, what is... not this one. What is this one?
Similar situation. Now, I think this one's a little bit more modern. I know this was the prize for getting 3,000 points. So the one at the top of the chain was 10,000. That was, I'm pretty sure, Darkrai, Palkia, and Dialga. Exactly the same card, holographic promo. This one was lower down the list, but again, quite hard to come by because of how limited they were in distribution. But it was a similar thing. You entered into a competition. If you got 3,000 points, brilliant, you get a card.
So next up, I believe we've got a collection of them here. Let me see. Yes. Actually, maybe not. But we actually have a Mudkip here.
So this is one of my favourites because of that little logo in the bottom and the logo near the bottom of the card as well. So, in Japan, there was this fantastic theme park that opened in 2004, 2005 called Poke Park, and it was a theme park dedicated to Pokemon. And this is, if you look at the top of the card there, the title is actually in Japanese, Poke Park's Mudkip. So this is a Mudkip on one of the water rides in Poke Park. A real life ride, if you go there, the rides on all the cards, there is a set of about 15 to 20 of them. All the cards have the rides on there in real life. So, you know, I think that's on the Water Rapids ride, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, there's a niche promo for you.
The next ones we have, these ones actually go together. This is a Yveltal and a Xerneas card.
Where's Diancie?
Oh, it's your Diancie as well.
Sorry, let's do that again.
We have 3 cards here. We've got Diancie, Yveltal, and Xerneas. Now, what can you tell us about these? Because I'm not 100% sure.
So these are quite obvious what they are based on the logos. These are another theatrical release card, all 3 of them. They were from X and Y Pokemon the movie, the Xerneas Yveltal film.
So I've never actually seen any of the X and Y movies, and I know a lot of people are going to be shouting at me for that, but they tend to do this, as you said, whenever they do a movie, there's always some sort of promo or whatever, because, you know, they want to draw attention, they want people to go and watch them, and, you know, and it's a really, really cool thing. And these ones, there was actually 3 of them.
Yeah, they was generous this time. I'm not sure if you got all 3 of them. I'm assuming you didn't. I can't imagine them giving out 3 cards to each person. They probably gave you 1 at random. But again, you can see the holofall effect looks amazing.
So next up we have, I believe, one from the Black and White era. And we have a Zorua here.
Yes, I mean, I'm pretty certain this was a theatre release card as well, but I'm not entirely sure on this one. There isn't a lot written about this card. Obviously, the Japanese cards are a lot harder to research for anyway. If only I could read Japanese, that would be fantastic. But I'm fairly certain this was handed out as a movie promo as well.
That as well, when they distribute promo cards in Japan like anything. There's so many. Every year, you think about all the promo cards you see when you go into like a game or whatever. In Japan, they have promo cards for everything. They've got it in sweets, they've got it in chocolate, they've got it at movies, they've got it in supermarkets. You can literally, for everything, there's some sort of promo card, right?
Well, they deserve to brag about it. Imagine if we founded Pokemon.
So next up we have that Pikachu V card we were talking about. So earlier in the video, we actually showed you a massive Astonishing Volt Tackle kind of like promo pack, and this is the actual sealed card that's inside of it, along with the coin and whatever. I mean, there's not really much to say other than Pikachu getting a V card. What's to be surprised?
It's a really sweet card. It's sealed. I love it.
I mean, yeah, some people won't like it because they're probably thinking, you know, does Pikachu need another card? But you know they're going to do it. You know, every time there's a new set or whatever, Pikachu's getting a card. That's just something you got to live with, you know? Now, I know that this next card is something you really, really love.
Oh, yeah. This is my promo that was... What's it called?
Is it the musician one?
Yeah, this is called Plump Musician. I'm not quite sure why he's plump. Like, I don't know why in every listing I've seen it's referred to as Plump Musician. No idea why he's plump. Maybe it's referring to his name. This was inside a CD for the Coco movie, the soundtrack. You can see the logo, I'm pretty certain. Here. So you buy the CD, which is, as you know, like $60 for some reason, probably more now.
It's gone up dramatically,
yeah. And inside was his card. But again, I don't know why he's plump. If anyone knows why this poor guy's called Plump, please tell us.
It's also very odd to see a trainer card inside of a seal, right?
Well, I think this is one of the first of its type. That's what made it stand out to me. A few of the vintage promos were like this, but as far as I can think, I don't think there's any more Pokemon but not Pokemon cards.
And it is foil.
This is completely irrelevant.
It's hard to see, but it is foil. It's kind of got the hollow foil.
Oh yeah, the star foil was on it.
So next up we have many legendary birds. So
oh no,
I'm
not
just gonna
more.
Push this down a little bit. Oh no, that one doesn't actually. Oh, it doesn't go down. That's right. I remember.
That's the problem with the vintage cards. A lot of them poke out because the tails are too long.
So I'm not gonna take these out, but we know that there is. You can see it's actually got the Wizards logo on it. You know, back in the day, there is a Zapdos, Articuno, and a Moltres here, and I'm very good at spotting legendary birds, as you guys know. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say about these. I mean, can you say anything? How were they distributed? What are they from?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain. Again, these were movie promos, so similar to the ones sadly I haven't got yet, the Pikachu, the Mewtwo, the Dragonite, and the Electabuzz. I'm pretty certain these were given out at the theatres as well. Again, it's super annoying that they've got the card in front, so unless you fiddle with it and try not to break the seal, you actually won't know what you have. But I have double, triple checked these, and they are one of each, thankfully.
So, the next card now. To say that this card is probably your most valuable one.
Yeah, I would agree.
You know what
it
I'm
is
talking
already now
about.
you've said that, yeah.
And to say that how you got it is
I'm too scared to tell people because I feel like they might cry.
a sealed first edition. That's right, you're seeing that. Machamp Hollow. Sealed, right? Now,
Yeah, I'm getting all emotional. Just
this card,
looking at it.
right? Me and Emily have been joking around for ages, saying how she really, really wants one of these, and she goes, "Oh, I'm never gonna get one."
And what did I say? I said, once I get one, I'm going to stop collecting seal cards. That's what I said.
I want you to know that was 2 months ago that she got this card, and she's still collecting. She needs help, guys. She needs help. This card is probably one of the most valuable sealed cards you can get right now. Okay, one of the most collectible, one of the most rare. Now, there's shadowless ones, and there's whatever. No, but this is just the first edition one. Now, would you like to tell them what happened?
Yeah, okay, so this was a complete accident. I always keep my eBay open for new deals. I get notifications on cards that I'm looking at, and in particular, this was one of them. And it was from a seller who sells collectible cards, but not Pokemon cards. He collects football cards and Magic cards. And I bought it at a buy it now price of £20. Exactly £20. What more can I say? At the time, the pictures were really blurry, so I was a bit worried. I said to you, what if it's damaged? What if it's not sealed? What if it's ripped? And I also said, what if it's shadowless? Unfortunately, it's not, but it's £20. It is the mintiest sealed Machamp I've seen for £20. Well, it's the only Machamp sealed I've seen for £20, but I was so surprised with how good condition it was.
The next card we have is another one which I think is quite valuable and quite old. We've got a Hollow Meowth from
This one was
set?
also very hard to come by. Now, this one's a little different. I know this was given out. It's got GB written in the corner. Can you see that?
there we
GB for
go.
Game Boy. I'm not quite sure how you obtain these. I find it hard to believe if you buy a Game Boy they gave you this card. You might have had to have bought a new Game Boy game, which was Pokemon, and to get this card. But there are many releases of this card, and I can tell you the majority are the French or the Spanish version. You might see the annoying backdrop on the card. If you turn the card around, you can see there's no hidden card behind there. That's the English release one. The French one has it in French, and the Spanish one has it in Spanish. I'm not quite sure why the cards don't exist for the English release, but that's what makes it a little bit more valuable, because obviously everyone wants the English one. Not many people want the French and the Spanish one, but that's why it was really, really hard to find.
It's just a really, really random card, and I've never really seen them do something like that, but I
It's
like
pretty.
it though. It's a pretty
the
card.
first hollow card of its type, really.
So the next one is a collection. I know this for a fact. So let me just hang on. There's a few of these, and I think you know what they are. Don't worry,
Sorry.
I'm nearly done. I'm nearly there. Nearly there. Nearly there.
It's not that bad, is it?
Nearly there. Nearly there.
Stop it. Stop.
Nearly there.
You're being dramatic.
I'm not. Nearly there and done. These are Build-A-Bear promos. So,
Oh, we've all seen these. If you've gone to Build-A-Bear within the last 10 years, you would have heard or seen about these. Unfortunately, I did not buy any of the Pokemon plushies, so I had to buy these myself out of my own pocket. Some of which, were ridiculously more expensive than others for some reason.
should we go through them? So we have Piplup. We've got a Snubble. We've got a Jigglypuff, which is actually a Sun and Moon one, because you can see it's got actually recreating what seems to be the Lily intro into the
These
game.
were all reprinted from previous sets, unfortunately. None of these are original, as much as I know.
We've got Psyduck, which is very, very cute. I've seen this Psyduck artwork before, and I absolutely love it. We've got a Alolan Vulpix. We've got two Pikachus.
The first Pikachu was only given out with Pichu plushes. For some reason, they didn't print a
Ah.
Pichu card. They made
And
another Pikachu
so
card.
you can see this one's an actual promo, whereas the rest of them are just, as you said, free prints from sets.
Oh, how strange! I didn't know that.
We've got Meowth. normal Vulpix, which was a pain to get our hands on.
Goodness me, was it?
We got Eevee, obviously, which was, I'm assuming, with the Eevee plushes.
Yeah, you got these with every Pokemon, obviously, the corresponding Pokemon you got.
Yes, so we got Snorlax, Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur, which all are actually really cool. These are 2012, so these are some black and white. So next up, we have some... Now, this makes me feel old, looking at these
Go for
promos. Oh my god, here we go again, guys. Here we go again. Oh,
We
jeez.
are old. What are you talking about?
Oh my god, there's so many. Why have you got... Oh
Sorry.
my god. Okay, here we go. So, we have some 20th anniversary promos.
Again, didn't manage to pick these up. This was at a time that I was just starting out with Pokemon. These were given out at game stores. I'm pretty certain they were given out at game.
So yeah,
I think in America they were given out in Toys R Us, and they had the Toys R Us stamps on them, but over in the UK we got the nice little 20 Pikachu stamp from game for spending a certain amount on Pokemon cards, which I'm hoping something similar will happen over here for the 25th. That'd be quite nice.
yeah, so you can see that these have all got, as you said, they've all got English UK, right? So you can see that these were all literally just in game stores, and you know they're typically, especially in the UK from a game store, they've got barcodes on the back, because what they would have to do is they would say once you spent £15 or more, you would actually get given, they still do this now, you get given whatever the current promo card is, and they would then just scan the barcode in the back and then just add it to your shopping basket, and then you just get it for free, right?
Yeah,
But-
you wouldn't have to pay for these.
Now, this one I think is really cool, and I'm not 100% sure what it is.
This is a Shaymin EX card from Generations, I'm pretty certain. What's the date on it?
2016 Pokemon.
Yeah, I think this is from Generations. It's Radiant Collection, which is why I say that. I think Generations was the set known for Radiant Collection and all the beautiful cards in it. Unfortunately, this card is damaged. If you
Yeah.
can see on the top of the card there, it wasn't me that did that, I swear it came like that. The black started peeling off. Unfortunately, it's really hard to find, so I don't think I'm going to get a replacement anytime soon. But it's a lovely card, isn't it? Sweet. Look at the sleeping Shaymin.
Oh yeah, it looks.
It's very sweet.
I absolutely love it. Shaymin's one of my favorite Pokemon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love Shaymin. Not so much Skyform, but I love little baby Shaymin. So there's a little bit of a story that went with this. You had actually ordered it from someone in the UK. It had gone missing. It didn't arrive.
It genuinely didn't arrive and the seller didn't believe me.
Yeah, we had a bit of an issue with the seller. It didn't arrive, so I managed to get this shipped all the way from the US because it was actually...
Which would have been cheaper because this is where it was printed.
Yes, so this was a US only. It was Target exclusive, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right, Target.
Target exclusive. Very, very difficult to get your hands on in the UK. In America, they are as cheap as anything, but over here, they are a lot more valuable. There are people selling them. I mean, because they didn't turn up, I went and actually bought this. I ended up buying it from a company called Troll and Toad. So if you guys actually want promos from America, they are expensive, but as of anyone from America, but you know you're going to get like very, very high quality. It's
You
such
get
a...
what you pay for.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, this thing is in mint condition. It's an absolutely beautiful
Isn't
card,
it
though.
gorgeous?
It goes very, very well with my shiny Magikarp plush over the back there. But it's
That I want. That I ended up buying for you, but actually want.
obviously it has the best move, Epic Splash. Flip 2 coins. If either of them is tails, this attack does nothing.
At least it actually attacks. Finally, Splash works.
Very, very true. And it's just such a random card, but I
It
absolutely
makes
love
me
it.
so happy to look at.
Oh my god, the next one.
Go on, hit me with it. Even I'm excited. Oh wow, okay.
Shining Ho-Oh. Now, what can you say, if any, about this?
This is a Shining Legends card, I'm pretty certain. It's a promo that was given out, like you just said, when you bought a certain amount of money or spent a certain amount of money on the new set. This is probably one of the worst cards to try and find for a fair price because it's shiny and it's Ho-Oh and everyone seems to think it's worth thousands. But I got super lucky again just from checking eBay and I also got it for £20.
It's because it's from, you know, Shining Legends, you know, it's a very,
That was
very
a big up
expensive
set.
set.
Everyone loved that set, didn't they?
Yeah, I never opened any
Neither
of
did
it,
I.
and it makes me sad, but I wouldn't dare open any Shining Legends stuff now.
I think the shiny Jirachi was the card that I really wanted, but even the card on its own, it's not even sealed. It's not even a promo. The prices are ridiculous.
So for the next one, I just need to quickly go and get something.
Oh no, oh no. Where is he going?
The reason why I went to go and get something is because the card is this,
Ah.
which I also have this.
Ah, that's the one that I bought you. I remember now.
So this was from the I Choose You movie, correct? Just like all the other movie
Yes.
cards handed out
Yeah,
to
they
people.
handed these out. There is multiple cards in them. Now, what's problematic is I'm pretty certain this is the one where there's 6 different designs, and not sure if you know which ones you're going to get. So behind the front card, I think you might get either 1 or 2 other cards. And to collect the set, you literally have to go through the packs to see if you got the cards that you're missing, which I'm not prepared to do. So I just went with the one.
So this also has a code card for, by the looks of it, for Pikachu in game, the starter hat Pikachu.
Ah, with the Ashes hat on. Is that the Ashes
Yes,
hat?
yeah, the Ashes, it's the Alola Ashes hat.
Oh, right, okay.
So next up we have, again, quite a few. Well, there's only 4, but we have some Toys R Us promos. Now, these aren't from Toys R Us in the UK, right? These are from Toys R Us in the US.
3 of them are from Toys R Us in the UK, and 1 of them isn't. Can you guess which one it is? Now take a look at all the cards. It should be pretty easy to spot once you look which one isn't from the UK.
What do you think? So as you can see, you've got like 3 here with the logo on the right side, which is typically what they would look like if they were coming from the UK, which this Alola Vulpix is using the exact same artwork it uses from the Build-A-Bear.
Yes,
Card.
sadly so, but this one's hollow foil.
Yes, this one is a hollow version of that card because this is a another Sun and Moon set. So this was right as Toys R Us was about to close, right? Toys R Us was closing the same year in this country, which is still available in the US. It's still like the biggest toy store in the US, right? But this one, this Cosmog one, is actually from the US. They didn't.
Yeah, I had to search far and wide for that. To be fair, even the packaging is a little bit different. I think it's a little bit shorter. Yeah, you can see now you've lined them up. I don't know why Cosmog wasn't released in the UK set, because you would have thought for Sun and Moon that would be the one to pick. But you know what? We've got the set now, so it doesn't really matter where they're from. I'm not sure if it has a barcode on the back or if it's just the Toys R Us sign being on the opposite side that gives it away. No. Yeah, I don't know. It's just for some reason in America they got Cosmog and we didn't.
This next card is probably the most different about this, and you had no idea about this card until the guy explained to you.
Oh yes, so this is quite special. There is 2 cards in here, and these were the Pokemon professors. And I remember talking to him and assuming he was a teacher. Do you remember that? I thought, wow, this guy's a science teacher. How respectable. But the professor program is actually a proper job. I think it's where people, well, as the card gives away, you judge people in TCG, you referee games, you make sure everyone's playing by the rules. And sometimes they set up events just for these Pokemon professors to play against one another. And this was one of his prizes. He actually won this. He got 2 of them. 1 for himself and 1 to sell. And luckily, I was the receiver of his spare one. And it's a lovely card. You get 2 judge promos. There was another promo card, another trainer card. I can't think what it was. But I think the judge one is definitely the best one to get, just because it's what they do for a living. They are judging games. They are refereeing.
And as you can
It's
see,
quite hard to come by. I quite like it.
it says promotional materials. So this was, as I say, nothing you could get from a store, nor whatever, you know. It's
You had to get points to redeem these on the site, and only Pokemon professors could come across them.
yes.
So yeah, this was a thing I didn't know existed. I didn't know Pokemon professors and the professor program was a real thing until this card came about.
This next card is one that I gave to you, or I might have sold to
you?
you, and it is underneath. So we have, these are the Detective Pikachu promo cards. Now these ones I believe you got from the movies themselves.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think you're right.
I
I
don't.
don't see
These
where else they would have given them out.
they're promo cards, so they're possibly. But then the one at the back, the Pikachu, you could only get it from buying the movie, which I
The Blu-ray
did.
version.
Yes, which I did, and I never ever opened the card because I thought,
Thank goodness.
why would I? And then it ends up. You can see there's no barcode on this one or anything. You know, you're comparing it to the other one. This actually sold to Emily because this is a. What is the detective? It's the Detective Pikachu. It's Ryan
It's
Reynolds,
the main
Pikachu.
card. You can't have the set without the Pikachu.
Yeah, and it's just, I really, really like it. I forgot how cool this card looked. The next one, for those that were there on the stream when I opened up the Hidden Fate CCB, and I said that I didn't have the Birds promo with me. Well, I have it now.
It's a bit late, sorry guys.
Yes, so this is the Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno, but this is the reason why I got so many of those birds. They were like, oh, you're not showing our promo card? Here, have every single one.
I'm sorry.
But we have Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno GX. I mean, there's not really much to say other than these come in the Hidden Fate CCBs. They're really, really... Well, at one point, very, very hard to get their hands on. They're fluctuating a lot. ETB seems
They were ridiculously expensive when I was looking for them for some reason. £60 for an ETB promo. I think this is when the shortage was about. They weren't announcing any reprints. Nobody thought there'd be a reprint, and obviously it did get reprinted. So now these are much more accessible. Right now, the prices are the lowest I've ever seen them. So if you love this card, now is a brilliant time to go and get one. It's a beautiful card. It's stained glass window. It's something different.
It's kind of got like the mosaic kind of, and it's got that 3D effect, which I've never really seen.
The rainbow effect, yeah. It looks like a stained glass window. It's
I've never seen it on any Pokemon card having this kind of 3D effect like this. I actually really, really like it. It's a really, really cool one.
It looks like it's textured, like a full art, but it isn't.
Now the last two are not a complete set, sadly, and the chances of the set ever being complete are very, very low, right?
Yeah.
So these are UK exclusives, which is very weird because we never ever get exclusive cards. But these were supposedly they were supposed to be for the Euros, for the World Cup and the Euro football event, but they kind of only printed 2 of them in the UK in stores.
Yeah, Scorbunny's still missing, and Sobble's still missing. And the Pikachu has not been printed, but we're aware of the competition. You can't get the Pikachu unless you're a member of a football club, and you submit this football club, and if you win, you get a load of Pokemon kit. It's like footballs, football boots, shoes, whatever, and you get this Pikachu card. And that Pikachu card is, well, it's going to be expensive. It's going to be hard to come by. Pre-orders are for ridiculous money. Don't go with a pre-order because it's a competition. There's never, ever a guarantee that they'll even get it. But there's been no word on this Pikachu card for coming up a year. It's driving me insane. I want Scorbunny and Sobble as well, but as you said, it's unlikely that we're ever going to get that Pikachu card because it'll be very, very expensive. We don't know how many are going to be printed.
But yeah, I think that just about covers everything, literally everything that you own, and I know for a fact there's going to be a lot more on the way, right?
Yeah, but we can't do a video like this again, can we?
No, not for a while.
We'll be here for days.
If there is anything cool that we do get our hands on, though, check my Discord.
It'll be an update rather than a full video.
Yeah, so just go check out the link in the description to join my Discord. We post updates in there about any cool collectibles or whatever, or even if you want to show off some of your own collectibles, we're happy to look at them.
Oh, I'd love to see them. Yeah, any ideas for new promos?
Yes. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Thank you for loaning me your cards for about a week or so. And
It's been the hardest decision of my life.
I'm going to be getting these back to you all nice and safely. Don't you worry, okay?
Thank you.
Right. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys in another one. Goodbye.
Bye.